Ooh, some executive at the CW's got some splaining to do because I think the network's gonna feel real bad about passing on this one because the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is bewitching. And while I've personally checked out of Riverdale, which is from the same comic book publisher and creative television team, I still realize that show trends like a mofo to this day on Twitter. Thanks most recently in large part to what I hear is an occult twist in its season 3 opener. Occult, you say? Is that a clever way to promote Sabrina? After all, Riverdale did gain a huge number of viewers by airing on Netflix between seasons. How'd you like to watch this for free and binge it, right? And many people said, I'm enjoying it quite a bit, and went on to watch it at the CW. So are they, do they feel there's like a crossover here? Or are Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa, the new Mr. Archie Comics, and Greg Berlanti, his partner in television crime, right? Are they sucking the lifeblood out of Sabrina to help their already proven signature show? Like, wow, this works really well, but are people gonna watch it? I don't know. Let's just do what we can to make sure Riverdale stays on top. I don't know. I don't watch Riverdale. We don't know how many people are going to watch Sabrina, but I don't know if I would have double dipped like that because I want to protect Sabrina because I think, it is an interesting test to see if it will become as popular or at least the pop culture sensation that Riverdale has become because the entire first season of Sabrina will drop at once on a streaming service instead of airing weekly on network television, right? And also Sabrina is far more female-centric and severely lacking in male abs. That last one might be a killer. We'll see, based on what I see whenever I click on why Riverdale is trending. But I have to say, personally, I loved Sabrina, at least the first 6 episodes, and I think it particularly makes for a perfect Halloween treat. For once, they release something when they should. It's really great. Every year there's so much Christmas stuff, but there has not been to the same degree of Halloween-centric entertainment, and this really pushes it far ahead. It's fantastic, and especially because it's so many episodes. You can really, and with it debuting, I believe on the 26th, you can watch it all the way through the holiday, and I think have a fabulous time. Because while it seems to be a family show, and it largely is, it is. You can watch it as a family, but it's still incredibly violent, dark, and satanic. Satanic! It's really satanic. Like for the first 2 episodes, I got kind of worried it might be a bit too satanic. Like it could give weirdos an opening line like, hey kid, you watch Sabrina? Come to my basement. It'll actually be a lot like that. I mean, the show's weird, but like in a good way. And I have to say, thankfully, Sabrina, and what's clearly the trend these days, is going to use her half-human side to her advantage and defeat not just evil, but the status quo. Or is it the status quo that's evil? You get the idea, right? She's special. She's going to change everything. Her origin is a mystery. What really happened to her parents? We've seen it so many times, but yet it continues to be engaging. And here, that's because this show has excellent, really excellent writing, acting, production design, and locations. Oh, these woods are to die for. I haven't seen teenagers in this beautiful and natural setting since Peyton Place, which was famous for that. That was filmed in Maine. This is outside Vancouver, apparently. So, boy, Vancouver's gorgeous, or at least the woods outside Vancouver. Like really, in so many shots, I was like, where did you find that tree? It's amazing. I hope they paid the location scout a ton of money. They earned it. And seriously, even the comic book inspired opening credits are so good that while watching the first 6 episodes, often I watch usually 2 in a row. I don't know if this is I don't know if you can watch the show in a day. I think it's meant to be enjoyed again, as I said, throughout the holiday. But still, all 6 episodes, I never once fast forwarded the opening credits. I just thought they were cool. They were really fun. Especially if you like vintage Halloween decorations and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's really great. I guess also that's the other thing. Like it's a particular style of Halloween celebration that you don't see too often. So to get like just a massive, dump of it, I always say barfing up Christmas. I feel Sabrina barfs up Halloween, and I loved it. All right. Now, this show, it really honestly embraces, and this is a bold choice. Maybe this is why the CW said no. And I can understand an executive getting nervous. God bless Netflix. They're like, we just need content. Whatevs, right? I mean, they've had controversies already. And I do wonder if maybe one could potentially erupt here. Because what they do is they very much have witches that praise Satan. They often say praise Satan throughout the show, right? And they're like, not that false God. Like, they really talk a lot of trash about God, okay? And the show does a lot of work to figure out and depict what it entails to worship the Dark Lord, right? From mindset to lifestyle. And I have to say, they made some really disturbingly good arguments. I was like in the way that, I'll tell you one, it was so good. They're like, the false Lord is all about good versus evil. But Satan doesn't make you choose. Satan doesn't judge you. You do what you want. And I was like, that's a very convincing argument, right? But of course, the devil, as the show does responsibly depict, is very skilled at twisting words and often straight up lies. So even if an argument sounds tempting, realize that there's probably some tremendously damning, literally damning fine print. All right, now also the atmosphere, which has a 1950s, infused in it, like Riverdale does. Riverdale has that as well. It's as big a star here, the atmosphere, as any cast member. But let's talk about the cast, where my only complaint is that Salem doesn't talk. Salem is actually like a demon who looks pretty cool. They only showed the demon like twice, but the visual effects, I guess they can't afford to show the demon that many times, so mostly you just see it in its cat familiar body. But it looked cool the 2 times I saw it, so much so that I'm like, I hope they show that one more time at least before the season is over. But yeah, Salem doesn't talk, and that's a big complaint for purists in particular of both the comic books and the television show, the Melissa Joan Hart television show. Many of you have already been tweeting me saying, I can't wait to see the cat talk, and I feel bad for you. I mean, it's a big complaint, and I think it's actually a missed opportunity for the show. And even though they already have a very large cast, there's always room for a talking cat, particularly a sarcastic talking cat. Okay, so anyway, the cast. Kiernan Shipka as Sabrina Spellman. I like that she often says Sabrina Spellman. So instead of just thinking Sabrina, you very much think her full name. And the Spellmans apparently are quite the famous witch family. Love it. But anyway, while she always came across to me as very cold as Sally Draper, she couldn't be better cast here. With her, I think she's improved as an actress, to be fair, but her innate quirkiness plays into the character here beautifully, and also that spooky vintage setting. Very cool. Michelle Gomez is also brilliantly cast as a witch, giving off some amazing old Hollywood vibes, right? Like some Sunset Boulevard action. And she has some of the best hair I've ever seen, by the way. Every time I see her character, I'm like, tell me your hairspell. It's so amazing. Really. I'm like, is that a wig? It's so cool. Likewise, Richard Coyle makes for an equally delicious warlock. He has these long fingernails, which usually I can't get past long fingernails. It really creeps me out. But he's making them work. I love his character. He's fantastic. I think Miranda Otto's Zelda has a bit of a crush on him, and I don't blame her. But anyway, as for Miranda Otto and Lucy Davis as Sabrina's aunts, and Chance Perdomo as her cousin Ambrose, they said in the credits, in the description of the characters, that he's pansexual. I only have seen him as a gay character so far, but he's fabulous. They're all 3 of them are a lot of fun, really great, very likable, but they're very much supporting characters. And the actors realize it and accept it. So they don't chew the scenery as delightfully as Gomez and Coyle. And also as delightfully as Tati Gabriel, who is one of 3 sisters who are not only a verbal, but also visual treat. I like them a lot. They remind me of the Stepford Cuckoos. They're very cool. Then Ross Lynch is very sweet as Harvey Kinkle, although a little too passive. As the show has gone on, though, he has grown on me a bit, especially since he's gotten a bit of a storyline. Good for you, Harvey, right? But he's going to have to work a lot harder if he wants to compete with Gavin Leatherwood's, that's that actor's actual name, Gavin Leatherwood, his Nicholas Scratch, who's giving off some major Chuck Bass vibes. And I think is the closest this show comes to giving off some of the male heat that Riverdale is so famous for. All right, so anyway, as for the visual effects, they are used sparingly, although when they are used, I think for the most part, they're very effective. There is a demon that shows up, although who did scare the crap out of me when the demon did first show up. I was like, wow, I can't believe this show is so creepy. But then when we got into some close-ups, I was like, that looks kind of Muppety, like 1970s Muppety. But, again, damn, literally, there's Satan in this show who pops up more than you'd think. Is disturbing. Maybe I can see again why the CW would be like, we don't feel comfortable with a really strong satanic show. Like the Twitter account for Sabrina is going around saying like, praise Satan. And I'm like, I don't know if you can tweet that. Hey Twitter, hey Jack, isn't that against Twitter rules? I don't know. It's weird, but I'm still really liking the show. I mean, Sabrina, my review is that Sabrina is magical. And I can't wait to watch the rest. It is fabulous Halloween viewing. It's as good Halloween viewing as some of our most favorite Christmas movies and television shows. So share your own thoughts down below. I look forward to continuing discussion once the series drops. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.